I saw $40 for a pair of true wireless earbuds, and my caveman brain said, buy. So I did. Well, pre-order, but now they're here, ready for you to buy. They seem like a cheap dime a dozen pair of headphones, and they are, but they're a little bit more than that. The OnePlus Nord Buds are good. Hello everyone, Matt from Real World Review here. Social media is here too, on the screen, just for a little bit, but let's talk about those buds. So the spec list is pretty short, just like the price, but that does beg the question of why they even exist. OnePlus is known for making good budget devices, well, for the most part. So at $40, they are the cheapest Bluetooth buds that they actually sell, and this is what you get with them. It comes in one color, don't you dare call it a colorway, being black slate, small buds with 12.4mm drivers, 2 microphones per bud, totaling 4, 7 hours of use and topping out at about 30 hours with the case, and a USB-C plug that pushes 2 to 4 watts of power into the case. You need 10 minutes of charging the case for 5 hours of total usage, while charging just the buds in the case for 10 minutes will give you 3 hours on those buds. IP55 dust and water resistance, which translates to no submerging, but sweat should be fine, but no showers. We do get noise canceling for calls. Bluetooth 5.2, blah blah blah. You can use them independently, which is cool. Sounds like common sense, but I do have these headphones that will literally turn off if I put the right bud back in the case. Literally forces me to use stereo or just the right ear. Either way, the codec is decent. It's SBC and ACC. This pretty much means nothing to iPhone users because they don't support Qualcomm aptX and such. And on either Android or iPhones, there is some noticeable latency, though it isn't killer for 24 and 30 frames per second content. Sound quality because of this is decent too, and not bad for that reason. Honestly, it's actually pretty decent. Range is 10 meters or 30-ish feet. But I do notice that it takes some time for the quality to drop when you do go outside of that area. In my house, I can do laundry and walk back to my phone before the connection gets affected, from around 50 plus feet away, not to mention all the walls in between. It also has special features, and yeah, I'll show you what the Hey Melody app looks like right now. It has changed since my OnePlus Buds Pro video, so it may look a little bit different to you, and that's it. Yep, short spec list for some small buds. I mean, there are some things, like the basic unboxing, but that's excused for the price, even though there are 3 color themes for the unboxing, mine being orange. Other than that, you get the buds, charging cable that goes USB-A, and some silicone tips. The medium size being the stock tips, just like normal, and this sticker. But then the buds are, like I said, good. Are they $40 good? No, I have used some $60 plus headphones that sounded worse, so I would say that $70 would be the max worth of these buds, even though they do lack noise cancellation. But let me explain what I mean by that. The sound quality, with the AirPods Pro being about an 8, I would say that these are about a 5 to 6 on the sound quality spectrum, overall. Some of the highs come out sharp, while the bass is pretty punchy, but not always the sound that you want. The audio doesn't really get blown out though, so that's pretty good. It doesn't get super loud, and because of the lack of active noise cancellation, wearing these in noisy situations doesn't always block out all the sound. It's possible to max these out and kill outside noise, but it's not the best for your ears and shouldn't need to happen. There is a touch button, which I don't like. It's fine, but the latency extends here, taking literally a second to react, and actually gave me situations where I would double press actions because the first touch took too long to register. It's probably really like 0.6 seconds, which sounds reasonable, but trust me, there is a noticeable delay. With this said, the touch points are very obvious on the buds, and I appreciate that. Squeeze sensors like the OnePlus Buds Pro are the best, but there's no stem here. Also, these are much cheaper. Overall, these are for people looking for discreet earbuds at a cheap price, and this does exactly that. Of course, with that $40 USD price tag at the time of this recording, there are going to be 2 things: competitors and cut corners. For me, OnePlus is a brand name kind of like Samsung, but Samsung doesn't really have many options in this price point, technically, if any. But sure, $40 is cheap, especially when Anker seems to be the largest maker of headphones that come in around this price. Like the noise cancelling aspect, these headphones are lacking. For one, they aren't tuned the best, but it does feel like it can be fixed with software updates over time. Yes, you can get software updates for these earbuds with the Hey Melody app or I guess somehow through OnePlus 6 or newer devices, through the built-in animations. As for the build of the buds, I think they're good, but not special. For one, the case is either hit or miss. You either love the design or hate it. I personally like it, even though it scratches fairly easily. But having a design like this makes these stand out. It's not a puck or flat or round, just like the USB-C plug on the back. No wireless charging here, but makes sense for the price. When it comes to removing the earbuds, they're actually pretty easy for set-in buds. Then when you put them in your ears, you realize two things. There's no noise cancellation or ear detection, and it's cheap plastic. The outside looks fine, but when touching it, you can hear the noise of touching ABS plastic. And this inside piece looks terrible to me. But again, this is all for $40, and honestly, I think it's a win. These aren't AirPods Pro, but then we would be comparing them to a pair of $250 headphones, and that should never be close. Initially, I thought that this would be a quick video, but here we are at little over 1,000 words. These buds are just normal buds. They're $40, truly wireless, able to be used independently, have a cheap plastic and capacitive design, last a very long time on a single charge, sound awesome for podcasts and goodish for music. They lack active noise cancellation and wireless charging, but again, over a day of reliable usage, not to mention a single charge that can almost last an entire workday, all for $40. And even making calls works fine, with no issues with connection or sound quality, at least from what I've been told. These are good for those on a budget, but also good, cheap, losable, or breakable earbuds for those that want to run with them or use them in a gym. They are IP55 rated, so like I said, sweating should be fine with these. And they're made by OnePlus, the same company that makes my favorite non-Apple earbuds, the OnePlus Buds Pro. Speaking of, today's video sponsor, as usual, is myself. I started a Patreon and that's all I know about it so far. Not sure what the content will be, but it's also a way to help support my channel so I can afford to make these purchases to tell you if something is good or not. You can also use any of my Amazon links as they are affiliate links, meaning a small single-digit percentage of the sale will go to me. Of course, simply subscribing and watching my videos is more than enough support that I need from people like you. I honestly wouldn't be able to make these videos and continue to be here without your support, so truly, thank you. Lastly, I just realized that earbud design resembles the case. I'm honestly kind of loving this shape. And that's my review of the OnePlus Nord Buds, the budget earbuds with good value. But what do you think? Are there better buds out there for this price or cheaper? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.